Welcome everyone to this video. In this video, we'll be looking at how to make the glitch text effect in Photoshop, and it's gonna look something like this. Doesn't it look absolutely terrific? So now let's start. So first, let's go to create new, or you can go to file and then new, and then let's just make a new document of width 2000 pixel and height 1000 pixels. You can keep the resolution 300 or you can even keep the resolution 72. It doesn't matter because we're just going to keep it digital. And now let's hit create. So this is our document. So first I'm just going to go to view and then extras. For some reason they always pop up when I make a new document. So now let's forget this. Let's go to Control 0 to fit the document on our slide. And then let's go to the paint bucket tool because we want all this background black. So I'm just going to go to the paint bucket tool. Make sure your foreground color is black. If not, then just click here and then go black. And then I'm just going to click once. And now our background is black. So now I want to add some text. To do that, I'll go to here, the horizontal type tool. I'm just going to click once on the slide and then I'm going to type glitch in all caps. And here you can see the text is not visible because the text is also black color. So I'm just going to select all this text and then make it white like this. And to increase the size, either you can just type a size or click once on this icon and then drag left and right. And you will see that if you drag right, the size will increase, and if you drag left, the size will decrease. So I'm just gonna drag to the right to about here, 349 points. And here you can see I'm gonna align this to the center and the middle of the slide like this. And now I'm gonna duplicate this layer, Control J, and change the name to red. And we're going to do the exact same thing that we did in the previous video of the glitch effect. We'll just double click and remove the green and the blue channel. So because it's red. And I'm just going to move this to the left. And then I'm going to duplicate this once more. And then double click. And then cyan. And then I'm going to double click. And then turn on the green and the blue channels and remove the red. And then let's hit OK. And then move this to the right like this. Amazing. So this is what we did in the previous glitch effect video, but now we're going to do something different. So what are we going to do is we're just going to select all of these layers by shift. So shift and then Control E to make them into one layer. So now they all are one layer. And now let's go to the selection tool. So we're just gonna make some random boxes. So just make some random boxes like this. So there's a mistake I did here, and that was to make another box. While I have made the first one, I have to hit shift like this. So here you can see the plus icon, and then I can make another box. So let's just make some random boxes, and I'm gonna speed up this part. So here you can see I made some random rectangles or boxes of selections. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit I'm going to hit Control. So here you can see there's like a scissors icon. So then I'm just going to move it by holding shift. So I can move it in a straight line like this. And then I can just adjust it with my left and right arrow key and move it to about like this is working. And then I'm gonna hit Control D. So here you can see we have made some like these distortion lines, but here you can see we have these like gaps here which are black. So to fix them, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the brush tool like this. Make sure the foreground color is white, and then reduce the brush size by the left square bracket key, and then I'm just gonna fill them up like this. Make sure the flow is 100. My flow was just 6%, so make sure the opacity and the flow is 100, and then just paint in the white color like this. I'm gonna speed up this process as well. So here you can see I filled up all these gaps and it's now looking like a glitch effect. And now to make it even more amazing, we'll go to the filter. While selecting this layer, we'll go to filter, and then we'll go to blur, and then we'll go to motion blur. So it will give this like a distortion effect to this text. So make the distance to about, here you can see, I think 20 or 25. Anything between is good. So you can see the glitch effect. So another thing that I'm going to do right now is duplicate this, and let's hide the green and the red channel and make a blue channel like this, and then go to the move tool and then move this to the right. So here you can see we are getting a like a yellow and a dark blue channels as well. So now we have red, yellow, and then here we have cyan and blue. It makes it even more amazing. So I have just moved it a bit to the right like this. So basically the text effect is now done. So I'm just gonna select both of these layers and then hit Ctrl E, and then like move them to the center of the slide. So now I'm just gonna add some additional filters. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add a new layer like this, and then go to this fill bucket tool again, and then just make this whole layer white, and then I'm gonna go to the filter and then filter gallery. And when we did this effect the previous time as well, we're gonna go to the half tone pattern and make the size to about 2 or 3, and the contrast to anything between 35 to 40. So now let's hit OK like this. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna decrease its opacity. So we have this like lines effect. So I'm just gonna make its opacity to about like 8 to 10%. Anything works. So you can, if you want more of these lines, we can just make the opacity to about 12%, but I'm just gonna keep it to 8 or 9%. And the last filter we're gonna add is we're gonna go to filter and then noise, and then add noise like this. So you can give it like about here, this much noise, and our effect is done. So I'm just gonna hit F. So using F you can see your artwork in full screen. So I'm gonna hit F again and then Ctrl Z. So this was our glitch text effect in Photoshop. Doesn't it look absolutely terrific? So this was it for this video, and I'll meet you in the next video.